Uh, uh, uh. Oh, oh, oh. Peace, peace, peace. And more peace. You already know how y'all feel out there on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, Tuesday. I, I got other things to be doing and keeping up with dates, right? But yeah, man, we are live in effect in Priest King mode, flexing. Here to talk about 7D, 7D architecture, as nobody can but I, my happy-go-lucky self. Yes, we are in a 7D reality, y'all. What is 7D? I know I say everybody ain't one, but everybody ain't one. It's just the beginning. Beautiful, beautiful. Take off. Make sure we like. All right. But 7D is just the beginning. Not to worry. Everybody ain't one. Let's define the ones. Let's define intention. Let's define trust, right? Because intent equals trust. I know I had this, like I say, this is 7D architecture. I know you might come in and you might feel like I'm not talking to you and I might be talking over your head, but I would disagree. You're here for a reason, bro. Sis, you're here for a reason. Synchronization is real, not just in your family, in your immediate friends, but in your extended community. Yep. So you're here for a reason. Like I tell you, I always tell you, I hate to talk about people because if I talk about people, they always hear it. That's why I don't talk about people unless I want them to hear it, right? Because that's synchronization. It's the 7D architecture, right? And it's intent. Intent. That's what we need to deal in. I always teach intent. Always talk about trusting yourself and trusting your intentions. It gets misconstrued. It gets funneled in with purpose. It gets funneled in with destiny and all these crazy highfalutin terms. That's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with life and intent, you know? And do you believe that you were intended to suffer? Right? Do you believe you intend to be lacking? You know? And if that's not the intent of your life, you got to trust that. That's what I be focusing on with the survivors. Because a survivor is surviving, but what we surviving for? What's your intentions of surviving? We surviving because that's our intentions. Once we change our intentions and focus our attention onto what we really desire, what we intend to design, trust that it'll happen. And again, I get it. This might be over your head. Nobody got time for that. This is 7D level. This is the next level, 5D overhead. Right? This is the 5D upgrade, 5D override. Because everybody ain't one. You have to understand that. Sitting from the place that you are fortunate enough to sit from is the only place to navigate your future. It's the only place where you can trust your intentions, you know? Because your intentions are only as good as they are um, viable and accessible to other people. Life is overreaching, you know? I get it. I'm the one that'll tell you about purpose and all of that, right? But I know there's a new world, there's new languages, new understanding. It's the architect. We here to design and build the infrastructure of the sixth sun. It's not just about codes and these words, these terms that I'm introducing. These are concepts to help us understand the world we live in, the matrix that we are experiencing, you know, and how not to get caught up in the matrix, in the code, you know, and to live like architects, to live like programmers, to live intentional and have a intent with our design. Have a like again, that's what I'm saying. Like purpose is a thing, but uh, um, purpose takes filters, it takes understanding other levels and of survival, right? And again, I don't discredit people and what they're teaching, but you got to start with intent. You intend to survive. Survive for what? To be happy, right? To live happily ever after, right? To be the hero in your own narrative, right? I get it. We haven't seen that far down the line. We haven't even imagined that part, the design of our own life, the destiny, the endpoint of our own life, right? But that's 7D architecture. I'm getting you out of 5D mentality, right? Getting you, I'm not gonna say y'all 3D. I understand, I understand y'all have surpassed, but there are levels to divinity, oneness. Like again, the frequency of your intent, right? See, people can understand and recognize a frequency. We might call it your vibes. I feel your vibes. Whatever the vibration. A vibration is a frequency. If it's advanced and it's tapped in and tuned in, you can tap into a frequency, right? So your frequency is your signal. Again, in this new sun, I tell you all your manifestations and what people consider manifestations are going to happen faster because you're able to collapse the, the thought. You're able to collapse the thought quicker. You're able to collapse the time quicker. So if you're thinking fear, you're thinking lack, you're thinking negativity, it happens faster. If you're thinking despair and you're thinking worry, it happens immediately. You know? Like again, like we don't respect um intent. Like they say positive thinking. Positive thinking is not nothing to do with intent. Positive thinking is a placebo drug, you know? It's not intent. You could describe a person with intent as using positive thinking, but you're not understanding intent. Like when you intend to be successful, when you intend to succeed at survival, making it out, getting this bill done, paying this note, you know what I'm saying? Getting this for the kids. When you intend on doing it, like I talk about grandma, she always can make ends meet when the intentions got to it. That's what collapses the way you function. That's what, again, I understand this is like you can't be 7D and be afraid of everything. In 7D, you're not afraid of anything. You're just looking to understand it because all this is a reflection of you. You're going to realize that the more you find yourself in the movie, in the never ending story, the better the movie gets. The more you trust that you're the star, the better the movie gets. And again, sometimes you're the star by creating the Avengers, right? By gathering Wolverine and gathering Spider-Man and whoever else, the Transformers, whoever else that needs to be gathered, right, to save the day. Sometimes that might be your intent. We don't always have to know um, the particular role we have to play. We just have to intend for the outcome and appreciate it. Like I tell you, I walk to a club. I'm not worried about getting in. I'm intending to have a good time. I'm intending to meet somebody that likes me. I'm intending to have some fun, you know? And that frequency is what walks before me. That intention is what steers me to the right place at the right time. And simple stuff. I'm telling y'all, like again, I'm not gonna have to sell you spooky stuff if you do it in real life. If you move with intention, you will be priest king. You will have your own movement. Like again, I realize I can't teach intention. So when a person wants to be famous, that's not an intention. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, that is an intention. So that it's not something you do anything to be famous. It's gonna happen. Don't worry, you're gonna be famous. It's gonna happen. But if you intend to be famous for something, that's different, right? Now you really gonna be famous. You're gonna be famous for the rest of your life, and not just right a bucket in a pan. But again, no one wants to be famous, right? This is 7D. This is architecture stuff. You don't need to be. Everybody don't need to know you live in a penthouse. You own a building. People live downstairs. People live next door. You know it doesn't matter. You're the architect. 7D. As long as you got the view that you that you like, you know what I'm saying? It's 7D. Intent. Like again, like what is the intent? What is your intent? I wanted to survive so bad that what? Finish that sentence. I can't wait till I get over this. Finish that sentence. As soon as this happens, I'm set. Finish that sentence. Man, I can't wait till the day when it happens. Finish that sentence. Like again, I don't want y'all to think none of that shit is impossible. Because when you get the clear understanding of what you're actually saying and doing, you can finish the sentence. You can create the intent. Man, when this happens, I can't wait. Man, when I get my check, I got this suitcase coming. I done hit the lottery. Oh man, when I finally hit them numbers, what is it? Don't be afraid to set the intent and make the and trust that it's going to happen. It's going to the wave will collapse. The universe will present it. Again, it's 7D. We don't need to talk about manifesting. We want to show you results. I don't want to, like I say, like intent. Intent is trust. You gotta trust you're gonna survive. You gotta trust you're gonna make these bills shit work. It's gonna pay. You ain't getting kicked out. They ain't gonna come take your car. Fuck, she ain't gonna leave you. And fuck. You know what I mean? Your kids are gonna have everything that they need. It's just that simple. Why can't you move that into something else? And I say the only limit is your mind. You can't limit yourself with something you don't have. How does that sound and shit? I don't have $1 million, so I could never get $1 million. I mean, I don't know. I could see the logic in it, but the absence of evidence does not mean it's not evidence. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have, don't mean you will never have, and because you don't have it now, don't mean it's not yours somewhere waiting for you. You don't know what happened when somebody might have left you something. The universe, like again, that's why I be saying about intention. You know, we're telling you all about trusting yourself because you don't know how the universe could work, how things could move, how something could be hidden until it's time, until your eyes are opened, until you are ready to use and demonstrate. Like again, there is no rush. There is no pass the buckets and move out the way and no, 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 no. What's yours is yours. What's for you is for you. We out here competing with for ours. You can't compete for yours, bro. It's impossible. That's the frequency. When you intend to receive what's yours, it will come to you. Fear the people that the people that are stupid enough to stand in your way of the universe delivering, of intentions being met, of your survival. It's a 7D. You have to understand your purpose. It's not about, like I say, your purpose is mechanical, bro. That's what I hate when people take it to another level. That's why I'm telling you, happiness is the code to your purpose because your purpose is mechanical. It's something that you do. If it's just that you sit here and look pretty, you gotta get pretty every day. You gotta do what makes you look pretty every day. It's the mechanics. Your purpose is not something that sits on a shelf. Your purpose is not something that hangs on a wall. It's a mechanics. It's a mechanism. They're not teaching y'all mechanisms. They teaching y'all feelings and emotions, and that's why it's like no one's disrespecting 5D mentality. Stuck in timelines, stuck in linear thought, stuck in cause and effect, stuck in emotions. No one's discounting that. Those are levels, but there are times when you feel too much, when you feel for no reason at all, when you feel for people that don't feel. And you can't design if you're emotional. That's why I tell you, bro, like the illest thing is you have to get a plant. You got to get a plant. You got to watch something that you take care of every day, do the best you can, but it's still, the leaves is going to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if they don't die, you might got to cut them. You got to prune the unnecessary. You got to cut out the negativity in your life so you can make room for the good leaves, because more leaves is going to come, but they can't come because this old bad stuff is getting all the good juice, taking up the good sunlight. And that's your design, that's your architecture in your everyday. It doesn't take $1 million to see where you're putting water and resources into a bad leaf. Yeah, I got a million ways to say it, right? Spiritual rich spirit. And you can make a movie off of it, sell a book off of it. But that's the reality of it. We are putting our our good energy, our good water into parts of the plant and parts of the world, parts of our minds where we could be putting it into other parts that's ready to grow, ready to be 7D, ready to be tapped in to this new vibration. We stuck in third world, third 3D mentalities. pretending to be 5D gods, but nobody's designing, nobody's generating, operating, and definitely not destroying. It is we are the world as mentality. I don't see a God, a advocate of a God creating or destroying. So they definitely can, well they are babysitting and entertaining, if you would call that operating, but it's not their creation. And I haven't seen them destroy the enemies of the gods. You see, that's 7D. 7D is when you clear your plate. You clean your plate. You have no enemies. You have no distractions. You have no no worries of leaves that are sucking up the resources. You clean your plate because it's more about the design. It's more about the design. It's not about the. It's not about the. See, people get caught up in the aesthetics. They get caught up in the feel good reality, the pat on the shoulder when you need a kick in the butt. And sometimes, in some circumstances, sometimes you might need a nudge and a push. You know how you young and y'all sitting there and you're just like, yeah, go ahead, hit me. I dare you, hit me first. And somebody come from behind and they push you, they push you into the other person. And y'all just start fighting, going crazy. Right? I know that's a terrible example. Y'all probably don't know what I'm talking about. But that's the thing. You just need a little push. Get that off your chest. And that's 7D, bro. You ain't afraid to push a nigga. Get it off his chest. Help him out here. Or if not, get him out the way, bro. You in the way. Either you with us or you in the way. 7D, the grand, the reality. You know, like, what is your intent? Is your intent grandeur? Again, y'all never heard me say, let's destroy the world. Oh, a nigga started a movement, nigga brought the truth, and a nigga like, man, I'm about to go to the beach. I'm about to go to my, I'm at the, y'all know me, I'm at the beach. I'm chilling, you know? What's your mentality? What do you want to do? You want to be angry when you know everything? Because there is a place and the point where you can know everything. Don't believe these people. You can know everything. You can see through the lies. You can stand above the timeline. You can stand above the 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 server. You can there is a code to unlock the matrix, bro. There is a code. They would not. You can't build something like this and not have glitches. That's why we 7D architect. That's why we here to fix the glitches. You know, to enhance the world, to redesign. Right? That's the 7D mentality. The 7D mentality is not emotional. The 7D mentality is efficient. It's effective. Because you have intent. You know what it's going to be like. Like again, I don't care if your kid like wearing Pampers. You got to put on some drawers, baby. You got to put on some drawers. Oh, I don't want to wear drawers. I like, listen, this is grown folks here. You got to grow up. You got to take off of them Pampers and learn how to be a civilized God. 7D. Oh, she gonna cry. She gonna stand. She gonna wet the bed some nights. But she gonna get it. She gonna get it. It's 7D. You gotta already know the intent. Your intent is to move them to the next phase. Your intent is to move the world to the next phase. It's not emotional. It's gonna look strange to people who are stuck in 5D. people that are stuck in 3D emotions. It's going to look strange. You're going to sit there and argue with somebody about history for the rest of your life, and you're going to find all the answers that you are looking for in yourself. I tell everybody history is fake because I'm trying to keep y'all from digging and diving down a hole that you're not built for. It's not a real thing. It's if you don't have the glitch, leave it alone. If you can't see the glitch, leave it alone. Recognize enough of it don't make sense. Don't get emotionally attached to stories. We are 7D. We are the architects. We are here to bring the next level of positive intentions, forward progression, oneness. We are in a sixth sun reality. I am a real estate agent of the sixth sun. I'm telling y'all that. It's not a game here. It's not a game here. These other people are going to have to move in to the sixth sun. You're going to have to move into the highest vibration, into this collapse wave. This wave is not for everybody, but you're going to have to catch it. Like again, in a world where the robots are taking over, you better be a director. You better be an architect. Right? You better know how to collapse the wave. In a world where everything is at your fingertips, there's nothing else to do but find a way to manifest. And we, like I say, we gotta stop using that word because that is not the word of reality. That's not the word of reality, right? Thought collapse, wave function collapse are the words of reality. That's what we doing here. These are wave function collapse, and these are words made flesh. It's not the same. It will never be the same again. There are people who remember, like, and I get it. I'm not hating on people who feel and remember, who are synchronized and who do have an understanding. I am not. I am not. I'm not. I'm here to give you the unemotional feeling of it. Don't be emotional about what you feel and what you know. Don't be attached to knowing and understanding and and having and having a complete story. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you intend to do with your life, with your opportunities, what you intend to do with your future and with what stands in front of us. All of this stuff it was designed by a 7D architect. Right? I know we don't understand 7D. But if we take the world away from emotions, you about to have computers. Like a motherfucker, you gonna how you playing racism and ain't nobody got a job. And I get it. That's why you gotta have 7D. That's why you gotta have 7D. Because wealth as we know it, um, shitting on a nigga and flossing on a nigga, that's gonna be a spiritual thing in a minute. It's like I'm real seriously. Like again, if everybody getting the same check, everybody, you know what I mean? It's about the spirituality. It's about the extra stuff and how the universe treats you, right? It's about the extra pillows and the seat back love, you know? It's about, you know, the VIP treatment, right? Just because niggas got robots, they don't mean they're not treating people like VIPs. That's 7D, and I get it. That's what I'm saying to y'all, bro. Like, you're not on a 7 frequency if you're not going to be treated like a divine being. It's gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen to you, but it's intent. If you intend to be mean and upset, then it's not, you're blocking it. Once you accept the 7D, you get that all things have happened for my good. Once you get that 7D, you don't want to change how you got there. Like, that's the dumbest thing in the world. Once you get the complete understanding, you don't want to go back. You want to understand. You want to be grateful that it's encoded in you, that it's encoded in your DNA. Again, I'm telling you, some people can't understand me because it's not encoded in them. I understand that. I don't hate on that. I give them what they need, and I keep it. You know, I keep pushing it. I'll just say that I keep forcing it as much as I can, but I don't make it the thing. And get it. I leave it there for them, and you can do the same. You can just leave it there for them. You don't gotta push the issue, force the issue. If it's real, it's gonna demonstrate. That's what I'm saying. Like, people hate on me. They're hating on their eyes. They're hating on their own intelligence and their own analyzation skills and their comparisons. You're not hating on me. If you can't look at what I've done, you can't see. If you can't take and compare and analyze some information, you need to work on your methodology. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That's why I say the 5D mentality has to be destroyed, because we're willing to be smarter than somebody, and it's not about being smarter than you, because God protects fools and babies. Why? Because they know it's going to happen. There is no filter. There is no filter with a fool or a baby. It's just intent. So you don't know what you're up against because you're not dealing in intent. Intent. Right? So yeah, I don't teach how to ask for things. I don't teach how to beg the universe. I don't teach you how to wish and hope and dream. I would call it attracting, but it's not attracting. You see, this is the 7D. Like, again, some of us are in a space in time, right, where we are being used as vessels, right, for the universe. This is the 7D architecture. These are these grand designs. These are these intimate ideals. These are these curious creations, right? These next level thoughts. And this is what we're getting from this higher vibration, this new sun, this enhanced frequency, this forever solar glare that's just growing, right? So enhance vibrations from the sun. Increase the vibration of your connection, right? You have to understand, like, if you lay in the bed, or say if you walk on a carpet, you just rub your hand on the carpet, you're gonna see electricity. and then you go and you touch you touch your girlfriend, you touch your boyfriend, you're gonna shock them. You know what I'm saying? Like you became a conductor of electricity from the carpet. You don't hear me? The explanation, the scientific, the metaphysics, all that shit goes out the window when you realize you carried electricity from one spot to another spot and then you distribute it into your little brother. You see what I'm saying? So you're not understanding what the power of the sun can do because you don't think that you can carry electricity. You don't think that you can walk from one place, gather electricity, and then take it to another place and distribute it into your little brother. This is the hidden science. This is 7D, bro. Like you have to pay attention to what you have. You don't need anything. Everything you have is inside of you. You just have to trust you. And if you have negative intentions, you need to figure out why. Who are you mad at with so much opportunity? I get it. The devil, right? The white man, right? The kidnappers, the enslavers. So how you want, I mean, like, either you're gonna get back or you're gonna stay mad. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't a thing. You know what I'm saying? There are ways to live knowing, like knowing. Again, like I said, and I get it. That's why I have a foundation of history. My foundation is I am a black Indian, period. My foundation is based on my truth, right? Why is that? Because that gives me a sense of security, mental stability, mental freedom, right? I was able to deplug from the narrative. I was able to deprogram from the matrix. Why? Because I had an understanding of my story, right? How it affected me, what it was doing to me as a person, as an individual. You gotta make these honest assessments and shit. And am I going to be mad at the story, whether it's true or not? Right? Because again, even if the story was true, guess what I would be able to do? I would be able to experiment on myself to see if I still have 70 abilities. The fuck happened to a person 1,000 years ago ain't got shit to do with me. If it happened to a nigga last week, it didn't happen to me. What that got to do with me? That's what I'm saying. And if I can get into that mindset, if I can reach into the 7D mentality, and I can pull myself into out of survival mode and into God mode, divine creator, architect mode, then I can show other people how to survive, excel,